So we left off at where Sasuke was basically angry at Naruto for being stronger than him due to his strength and due to Sasuke's lack of strength. So with this happening, Naruto would hit about four of the targets while Sasuke only hit it three. So with this happening, Aruka basically says, "Okay, time to go into the sparring matches." So so he basically calls up Naruto, Uzumaki, and Sasuke Uchiha. All the girls are screaming for Sasuke. And so basically, right? So as soon as Aruka says Hajime, nobody moves. Sasuke learned his lesson. So he wanted to see what Naruto would do first. So Naruto getting tired of basically just standing there. He basically goes in for an attack above, well not above, directly, which which Sasuke would basically dodge. But the thing that he didn't realize is that Naruto put a shadow clone as his original self. So so when Sasuke hit Naruto, it wasn't really Naruto, it was a shadow clone. So due to this, the real Naruto popped up behind Sasuke, kicked him in the back, and bam. So basically, right? So as Naruto kicked Sasuke in the back, Naruto that's when basically Sasuke went flying out of the arena. And Sasuke's like, I lost to Naruto again. And so it's basically one of those things where basically such and such can't basically be another person. So basically, right? It's basically like this. So put it as Goku and Vegeta fighting, but Vegeta can just not beat Goku at all. That's what's basically happening. That's what's basically happening at that's what's basically happening right now. So due to this, what's basically gonna happen is so what would basically end up proceed to happen is that Naruto would walk over to Sasuke and basically tell him that he's too weak, he needs to train harder. So due to this, Sasuke is just angry. And so basically, right? So Ruka goes back to, well, they all go inside of the academy. They all sit down, and then Aruka announces Rookie of the Year, which he proceeds to say, Sa Naruto Uzumaki. Yeah, I thought, well, I was gonna say Sasuke. Nah. Well, he proceeds to say Naruto Uzumaki, and Sakura's angry expression. Like, all you have to do is look at her and you can tell she's angry. And so Sakura proceeds to yell out, "How did Naruto get Rookie of the Year? It should be Sasuke." And then so Aruka proceeds to tell her that Naruto had the best scores in the class and Sasuke had the second. We put the first we put the first as Rookie of the Year. With that happening, so with that happening, so with that happening, Naruto would Aruka would proceed to tell everybody that they've graduated, they can go home. So basically, right, he would give everybody their headbands and everything, right? And then after that, right? So they would basically proceed to um they would basically proceed to um they all would go home, but right as Naruto's going home, right? He basically meets this strange person and he's like, "Do you want me to train you?" And so basically, right, we all know this. Okay, I don't really know who they should be. Uh Cause no. He basically means this strange person in the alley, right? And so basically, he basically, he basically tells Naruto to stop. And as Naruto, and but the strange person that he saw had a mask over his face, so he couldn't really identify who it was. But this isn't just some ordinary person. He was a shinobi, a cloud shinobi at that. And he came to spawn the Hidden Leaf Village and get the Nine Tails. So he said, "You're the Nine Tails Jinchuriki." So he basically attack Naruto. But Naruto already knowing that this is gonna happen, he covers his whole body in ice. And as the person and as the shinobi went to go and punch Naruto, how can I put this? Like Naruto, well, no, not Naruto. Oh, how can I put this crap? So basically, the Cloud Shinobi would basically feel just a bunch of pain as Naruto just proceeded to break his hand. So as Naruto broke his hand, he's just screaming out in pain like ah, and then Naruto basically uses ice, right, to basically lock the guy. Well, not lock the guy up, but basically make sure he doesn't move. So he freezes the guy, takes off the mask, and so basically he reports it to the Hokage, to Hiruzen, right? And Hiruzen basically kept him prisoner, which basically forced an attack on the Leaf Village for this Cloud not getting their villager back. Well, at least their spy back. And so with this happening, right? They're basically in an all-out battle. And with this happening, Naruto would basically proceed to go and try and fight them, but there was too many of them, so he couldn't really do anything. But as soon as everybody just rushed at Naruto to try and attack him, Naruto's eyes would start glowing, and it would glow, and his eyes will essentially start glowing blue because due to the fact of his ice release. And so basically, right, as his eyes are going blue, he basically has full mastery over his ice release at this moment. So he basically shoots out a glacier of ice, turns everybody into statues, killing them one by one. Hiruzen seeing this is just in awe by Naruto's display of power. And with this happening, right, Naruto would basically proceed. Well, as he's done, when he's done with the job, Naruto would basically proceed to fall unconscious. Then the war would end due to the fact that the Cloud lost way too many shinobi to fight this war, just due to one little kid. So they would basically. So what would proceed to happen is about 2 hours later, Naruto would wake up in a hospital with Hiruzen's with her. So Naruto would proceed to wake up into a hospital, right? And so Naruto would proceed to wake up in a hospital with Kakashi and Hiruzen right by him. Well, standing right by him. And as soon as Naruto wakes up, Kakashi and Hiruzen says, Naruto, what was that display of power? And so basically, right, Naruto would say, what are you talking about? What display of power? When the Cloud Shinobi attacked us, you your eyes turned it white. And I forgot to mention his hair turned, I mean not his eyes turned white. Crap. His eyes turned it blue. And I forgot to mention that his hair color turns blue as well as he uses this ability. So Naruto was basically like, what are you talking about? I don't remember that happening. And then Hiruzen says, of course you don't. But we saw it with our own eyes. If this turns into chaos and maybe one day you'll just decide to turn on the leaf. So basically, with this happening, Hiruzen seeing Naruto as an actual threat in the village would basically proceed to kick Naruto out of the village. Yeah, I know. I know, a little bit too early for that, but still, as Hiruzen's kicking Naruto out of the village and sending him basically to the forest of death, hoping that Naruto would learn how to control his power during these 2 years, and go during these few years, and someday come back powerful as ever. Even maybe even learning how to control the QB. But with this happening, right, Naruto would basically just go on and go into the forest of death and start training like his life depend on it. Because basically, right, Naruto's only Naruto's only like 7 years old. But the fact due to the fact like due to the fact, right, that Naruto is basically just gonna be staying there for about due to the fact that Naruto's gonna be staying there until he's about 12 years old, for about 5 years, I should say. He's gonna be staying in the first death for 5 years. And then he trains his body like like imagine Goku getting ready for a fight but has to train at the beginning, but he has to have full mastery of Ultra Instinct. Think of that as Naruto, but times 1,000. Naruto would basically proceed to control Ice Release. He would basically even have a conversation with the QB every now and then. And with Kurama and Naruto becoming great friends, Kurama had no urge or grudge against Naruto. So he would basically proceed to give Naruto some help and some tips on how to control it, his ice release, right? So with this happening, Naruto would basically proceed to just sit there. Well, not sit there. Well, yeah, sit there and meditate in a nearby lake, right? Like picture this. So you're at a lake, right? And you're underwater, but you're just sitting there meditating. That's what Naruto's doing, with the chances of him getting eaten by any living thing in the water, in that water, I should say. So with this happening, right, Naruto would basically, all right. So after about 5 years, Naruto would basically proceed to go back to the village as Hiruzen's like, and he goes to Hiruzen's office and is like, Naruto, you've grown so much. As Naruto shows his display of power, Naruto basically created a statue of Hiruzen in ice. And Hiruzen's like, okay. So basically, what's happening, right? What's gonna happen? Hiruzen is gonna have Naruto battle one of his members. And so basically, right? But the member that Hiruzen chooses hates Naruto in every sort of way. So with this happening, right? Naruto would basically proceed to go outside, and as soon as Hiruzen says begin, bam. That's when basically the honorable member rushed at Naruto at max speed with the intentions of killing him. So with this happening, right? Naruto would basically cover his whole body in ice. And then after that, right? And then as Naruto's covering his whole body, so as this is happening, as the honorable member is rushing at Naruto, Naruto would proceed to cover his whole body in ice. So as this is happening, the honorable member would take out his dagger and slash at Naruto's heart. But the dagger breaks in an instant. And the honorable member and Hiruzen and the rest of the people that was watching is in shock, like, how did he do that? And so with this happening, right? Naruto would basically, that's when the honorable member would be like, die, you demon. And then as Naruto's hearing him calling him a demon, Naruto gets enraged and then kills the honorable member. And then this ice sword basically appears out of nowhere. So Naruto would proceed to pierce the sword into the honorable member's heart. Well, not heart, chest, right? Well, stomach. So as he's doing this, Naruto would basically proceed to say, call me a demon all you want, but all of you should be thanking me. Because if it wasn't for me that got the QB sealed into who got the QB sealed into it, somebody who can actually take it and deal with those dreadful thoughts running through their mind, you guys should actually be thinking. But you want to go on and on and on about how I'm a demon and you want to kill me. You just almost killed a 12-year-old boy. So, with this happening, right? Hiruzen would end the battle, but and basically rush the honorable member to a hospital. And then Hiruzen basically tells the honorable member, if you do that again, he'll kill him. Hiruzen will essentially kill him himself. So with this happening, right? The honorable member goes to Naruto's house and apologizes. Naruto's like, if you do it again, I'll kill you myself. And then, after that, the honorable member and Naruto part ways. As this is happening, right? So, as this is happening, right? That's when a letter comes in the mail. So, that's when a letter comes in the mail that basically they have to go to the academy tomorrow to meet the brand new Jonin Sensei. And Naruto was assigned on Team 7. So, with this happening, right? As Naruto was assigned on Team 7, Naruto would get dressed the next day, go to the academy, wait for his Jonin Sensei. His partners would be Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha, and himself. While his Jonin Sensei being Kakashi Hatsuki. So they basically proceed to wait 3 whole hours for their Jonin Sensei to arrive. With this happening, Naruto is basically angry. So with this happening, right? Naruto doesn't set up any type of traps or anything. As soon as Kakashi walks in the door and says, "Hi, I'll be your Jonin Sensei. My name is Kakashi Hatsuki." And he just pulls out that, "Let me see, sorry. I got lost in the path of life." And so Naruto blitzed at Kakashi so fast at speeds that Kakashi was not comprehending. So Naruto basically proceeds to lecture Kakashi, and say, "If you ever are late like that again, I'll kill you." Without second thought, Kakashi instantly sells the two out there because he knows that this kid is no joke. And with this happening, right? So basically, Kakashi's saying he'll never be late again. I promise. So with this happening, they basically start doing all these D rank missions, right? And all these D rank missions are boring to them. This don't even test their capability or combat skills at all. So they basically go to Hiruzen's office and not beg, but tell Hiruzen that they need better missions. Like, this isn't gonna work. Like, as they're telling Hiruzen this, Kakashi nods his head and says, "Yeah, they're ready." So so with this happening, right? Um, Hiruzen gives them a C rank mission to escort the bridge builder Tazuna. So Hiruzen brings in the old man Tazuna, right? And after this, right? So as he's bringing in the old man Tazna, he would basically proceed to. All right, so he would basically proceed to um go and say these are the brats that's escorting me, just a bunch of weaklings and children. But once he looks at Naruto, Naruto gives him a death stare. It says, and then Hiruzen, I mean not Hiruzen, Tazuna basically proceeds to say, "Oh, never mind. I'll be in good hands." And then he says, "I entrust you with my life, all of you." So as they're walking down to the gates, right? As they're walking down to the gates, they would basically proceed to see. Well, they say their farewells and part ways with the people that was just waiting, and with basically Ambu member guards that guard the gates of the Hidden Leaf Village. With this happening, with this happening, Kakashi recognized and Naruto recognized that there was a puddle right there. There was a puddle, and it's big. They haven't had rain all week or ever, basically. And they haven't had rain since the Great Shinobi War, which is Kakashi's thinking. Naruto's like, it hasn't rained all week, so why is this puddle? So with this happening, Naruto and Kakashi would basically get on guard while Sakura and Sasuke did not realize this whatsoever. Yeah, I know Sasuke's basically pretty versatile in combat and genjutsu since using no Uchiha, but that won't benefit him anyway. So with this happening, the Demon Brothers would jump out and say, "We got you." And so basically, right, Kakashi, well, with the whole entire Team 7 thinking Kakashi got killed except for Naruto, he knew this was a genjutsu. Because like I said in part 1, he basically went to the library. So at that, so we'll leave it at that. And so basically, Sakura and Sasuke think that their Jonin Sensei is dead. So with this happening, right, Naruto would proceed to jump at both of the Demon Brothers and basically proceed to kill one and leave one alive, and then bam. At this, with as this is happening, as this is happening, Naruto would basically question the Demon Brother, and Naruto would basically question the Demon Brother. It says, "If you don't tell me who sent you and why you're here, he'll kill you." But before he does that, he'll basically put his own brother's ashes onto him. Actually, rephrase that, bro. That's way too dark game for me. Rephrase that, bro. So basically, right? Essentially, right? What would happen is not. So basically, the Demon Brother would basically tell everything, like Gazo sent him and everything, and Zabuza, Demon of the Mist, will be arriving soon, and everything else. So with all this happening, Kakashi already knows what's about to come. Because Zabuza isn't someone to just be taken lightly. So with this happening, right? Bam! That's when Zabuza popped out of nowhere with this big sword. It's not in. Kakashi yells, "Duck!" Everybody ducks except for Naruto. Naruto basically makes this big glacier of ice. But he covers his whole hand into it and catches Zabuza's sword, and then throws his sword as Zabuza's talking about, "I'm Zabuza Mochi." So he basically throws his sword into a lake, and as Zabuza's yelling, "My sword!" And then Naruto's like, "Whatever." And Zabuza's like, "I'll kill you, brat." And then bam, as soon as Zabuza starts doing the jutsu, well, Zabuza does a water dragon jutsu. Yeah, Zabuza does the water dragon jutsu, right? And That's when, as soon as this happens, Naruto basically leave the hand signs for ice dragon for ice dragon. So with this happening, right? Well, he didn't even have to use hand signs. As Haku was watching in the distance from a nearby tree, Haku was just surprised. Like Haku thought that he was from his clan, but no, that wasn't the case. Naruto just had ice release. So with this happening, Haku would basically proceed to jump in the battle and basically tells Zabuza, let me take this one. So you basically, so you're an ice user too, huh? So as Haku launches the crystal ice mirrors, that's when Sasuke jumps in the crystal ice mirrors and tries to defeat Haku. But to his surprise, nothing happens. Sasuke's basically getting pierced with Senbon needles, right? As this is happening, Naruto basically sneaks into the crystal ice mirrors, right? And basically gets enraged by this because he's looking at Sasuke with just blood everywhere. And basically, as it's looking for Sasuke, like he has no hope, nothing left. And Naruto thinks Sasuke is dead at this point. So, with this happening, the nine tails would proceed. Naruto would proceed to get angry, which triggered the nine tails chakra. So, which would basically happen, right? Which would basically happen. Naruto would take, well, the QB would take Naruto's body, right? And basically proceed to kill Haku. Like, as soon as he touches the crystal ice mirrors, like, it's just gone. It disintegrated. Well, not disintegrated, but it shattered into pieces. So, as this is happening, right? Naruto would proceed to beat down Haku. Haku realizing that there's no way that he can beat this kid, would proceed to basically just give up and as Kakashi's basically charging up a Chidori in as he's charging up a Chidori ready to pierce it through Zabuza's heart. That's when Haku realizes this, and as soon as Kakashi basically lunges over and to pierce Zabuza's heart, that's when Kakashi That's when I mean not Kakashi. That's when Haku jumped in front of Zabuza, like blitzed over in front of Zabuza, and took the Chidori to the heart for him, and etc. Right? So that's when basically Zabuza only said that Haku was a tool, blah 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 blah. And so basically, right, Naruto getting angry by this proceeded to give Zabuza a big lecture, blah 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 blah. Y'all know what happens in the original if y'all watch Naruto. So basically, right after this big lecture, that's when basically Zabuza was at his limit, but he pushed himself. That's when Gato's men came, blah 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 blah. And that's when Gato said he was nothing but a tool, blah 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 blah. And after this, right, Zabuza would proceed to tell Naruto to give him his kunai. So Naruto does so. And Zabuza kills every last living member, well, not member, but henchman of Gato. And as this is happening, right, that's when basically they proceed, that's when basically, after he's done killing everybody, Naruto, Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke would basically say, this mission was a success. And after this, right, Naruto is basically done for. Well, not Naruto. I said Naruto. I meant Zabuza. Now Zabuza is basically done for, right? So after this, right, they basically go back to the village, right? Already saying farewells to Zabuza, Sasuke. Sasuke saying farewell to the bridge building and all that good stuff. So they basically go back to the village. saying this mission was a success, but there was some people attacking us along the way. Examples of emoji, digging in the mist, blah blah blah, blah etc. So with this happening, right? So with this happening, right? They get more money than the original mission was for, and then after this, right? And then after this, right? Um, so then after this, right? Sorry, my bad. I had to do something. But yeah, after this, right? Basically, right? So they will proceed to just, how can I put this? So they will proceed to all go home and everything, right? So as everything is just alright. So they would proceed to go home, blah 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 blah, etc. Naruto goes to bed mad early. After Naruto basically proceeds to go to bed, right? Naruto would basically dream about how um about how he basically fought Zabuza and everything. So this all comes to mind. But after that, the QB decided to let Naruto have a little sparring match with him. So as Naruto and the QB would basically get in their stances in the fight between Naruto and the QB will be continued.